Hey, sub! We talk a lot about custom characters on this channel, and we're always coming up with wacky, quirky characters with different power-ups and abilities. But realistically, characters that get added to Piggy are always the ones from the show. So I figured it'd be pretty cool if we took some characters from the Peppa Pig show that haven't been added to the game yet. Who knows? We might even see these characters added to Piggy too. So sub, how about you show us 10 Peppa Pig characters that don't exist in Roblox Piggy? Number 1. The Super Potato. In the show sub, the Super Potato appears initially to just be Mr. Potato, but in a disguise, since we never see the two of them on camera at once. However, at the end of the episode, our expectations are completely subverted as the Super Potato has to rescue Mr. Potato when he's trapped in his car. So as it turns out, they're not the same person at all, despite looking almost identical. But what you might have noticed in the game sub is that we only ever see Mr. P. Or do we? Well, sub, a lot of players in the Piggy community have theorized that all the notes scattered around the map cited by TSP could in fact mean that they were written by the Super Potato. Or maybe we have seen the Super Potato in the game, but we just don't know it yet. Something to think about. Number 2. Goldie the Goldfish. Here's one that we've actually suggested on the channel before sub. It's Peppa's beloved pet, Goldie the Goldfish. They make an appearance in several episodes of the TV show, and it's pretty clear that Peppa loves them. So that begs the question, why are they not with Piggy in the game? Well, now they are. Kind of. Fish can't just walk around like any regular piggy in this game. That's why they've got to be a full regular body and a fishbowl for a head. But don't get too confident, sub. They're still just as powerful as the regular piggy. Even if they are just a tiny fish, they still have full control over their adopted body. And you bet that they're good at chasing players around the map. All of this talk of piggy characters has probably encouraged a bunch of you at home to go and buy a brand new piggy skin, but make sure to use star code sub when buying Robux or Roblox Premium to help support the channel. Number 3. Mr. Skinny Legs. I hope there's no arachnophobes in the audience. That means scared of spiders, by the way, because this next character is just that, a spider. Like you'd expect, sub, Mr. Skinny Legs has 8 creepy, crawly legs, just like a regular spider. In the Peppa Pig show, Peppa was initially scared by Mr. Skinny Legs, however soon came to learn that he was harmless. I'm not so sure about the Piggy version, sub. He looks pretty evil to me. I wouldn't try befriending Mr. Skinny Legs in the Piggy universe, or you might just get oofed. And did I forget to mention that he can climb walls like a regular spider too? You're gonna have a hard time escaping this one, sub. Number 4. Queen. This is a little bit of a weird one, sub, but it makes sense, I swear. In an episode of Peppa Pig, she meets the Queen of England herself, along with Mrs. Rabbit, who's there to collect an award from the Queen. One thing that isn't shown is the Queen turning into an evil piggy monster as she hunts all the players down and tries to oof them. And that's why we did it for them and added the Queen to the game. Of course, there's no way a skin like this would fit into the Piggy story. So maybe it could be added as a non-canon skin, like the Devil and Angel skins. Now, since she's a queen, she uses a sophisticated staff to oof all of the innocent players, rather than any old bat. Although, since she is quite an old lady sub, she can't run as fast as the other piggies. So there's that bonus. Speaking of bonus, make sure to hit the subscribe button to give our subscriber count a bonus. That way you'll never miss another video from us. Number 5. This word on the screen. This very difficult to pronounce word is actually the scientific name for a gecko. But why are we adding a gecko to the piggy game? Because in the Peppa Pig show, Edmund Elephant has a pet gecko, which happens to be named that word. And of course, since it's an animal with a little piggy fine, it fit perfectly into the piggy universe. And we don't have any lizards in the game yet, sub. Sure, we have a dinosaur, but it's not quite the same. Maybe since they're a lizard, they could even slither through vents, giving them a huge advantage. It's gonna take more than some vent tricks and fast running to get away from this one, sub. Number 6. Polly the Parrot. It sure is a good job you don't have a parrot, sub. It wouldn't say anything. In a way, Chip is a bit like your parrot, hey, sub? Except, he echoes your thoughts instead of your words. Anyway, this is getting off topic. The point is, sub, the next piggy is Polly the Parrot. Polly the Parrot in the Peppa Pig show is Granny and Grandpa Pig's pet. But since Granny has become an infected piggy monster, Polly has been left all on her own. But she got infected at the same time as Granny Pig, meaning not only is there a parrot on the loose, but there's a piggy-infected parrot on the loose. And you know what that means, sub? It means we've got another flying piggy on our hands. I think I'm starting to see why this one has been added to the game, sub. It's super overpowered. It's difficult enough to escape Piggy when she's running around the place, let alone when she's flying. Hey, are you enjoying the video so far? Make sure to leave a like on the video to support the channel. In that way, sub will know exactly what type of videos you all want to see in the future. Number 7. Wendy Wolf. Now we're on to the slightly more regular piggy character, sub. You know, the ones that you would expect to see in the game, like Peppa's friends in the show. Although, make no mistake, sub, there's nothing regular about evil zombie animals chasing innocent players around a map. This character is Wendy Wolf. Although she appears with Peppa and her friends in almost every episode, she's best known for her episode all about her and her birthday party. But of course, like any good piggy, they've become completely evil since they've become infected. Think of them like Doggy's evil counterpart, sub. Plus, since it's constantly nighttime in Piggy, she's always howling, which is enough to scare any piggy player. Number 8. Simon Squirrel. Here's a bit of a different one for you, sub. Rather than just being one of Piggy's regular friends, Simon Squirrel is the big brother of one of her friends. And I'm not kidding when I say big brother. I mean, just look at them. They're way bigger than any of the other characters. Although that does sort of make sense since in the show, Simon is far bigger than any of Peppa and her friends. And since they're so big, they can also run super fast. But luckily for you, sub, they can't fit in the vents because they're just too big for them, making this an easy way for you to escape in a tough spot. Hey, do you have any ideas of piggy characters you'd like to see be added to the game? Make sure to tell us about them in the comments. You might even see your idea featured in a future video. Number 9. Kylie Kangaroo. Here's another character that only makes a short appearance in the show, sub. Kylie Kangaroo. Kylie makes an appearance in one episode, and it's all about Australian culture, because she's a kangaroo, of course. And you know what kangaroos are good at, don't you, sub? That's right, jumping super high. So you can imagine my excitement when I got to add Kylie to the game. I just knew it'd be a challenge even for a pro like you. So here they are. Oh, and in their infected form, of course. You didn't really think I was gonna add an uninfected character for you to run from, did you? Speaking of running, sub, I suggest you get going. Staying up there won't do you much good. Number 10. Ronald Rhinoceros. Tiny appearances don't get much smaller than this, sub. Poor Ronald Rhinoceros only appeared in the background of a Christmas-themed episode, and nowhere else on the show. Well, that's no problem, because today, they're the star of this game. Since Ronald is, of course, a rhinoceros, they've got big horns, and they're not afraid to use them, just like any other piggy. If you get too close, you're oofed. Luckily for you, Sub, since rhinoceroses are so heavy, Ronald moves super slowly, and he certainly can't fit through any vents, so you should have an easy escape on your hands. Wow, Sub! I could totally see some of these characters getting added to the real game. We might have just predicted the piggy future. And we're always doing that on this channel. Speaking of this channel, I'm sure you've got a bunch more videos to be working on, right? You better get to it. But before you go, I want to remind everyone at home to use star code SUB at checkout. It helps to support the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.